Welcome back, sports fans! We got,
Books!
That's right.
We got comic books. What did you read this week, Geoff?
Well, as we just came back from the store, I had like 10 this week that I purchased, because I buy a lot of books.
This is true.
But I think the first one I'm going to talk about is ElfQuest, The Final Quest, number 1.
The final ElfQuest?
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it,
Yeah.
actually.
It's only been 30 years.
Yeah. So, it's coming out from Dark Horse this time around, which is kind of cool. DC dropped the license a little while back, which is fine.
Dark Horse has got to make up for losing the Star Wars license, so ElfQuest it is!
Yeah.
It's a good trade.
It's your pretty standard ElfQuest story. You got them all
Being elves and
basically doing their thing per usual. There's the drama and the relationships and the comedy and all this. And then there's a new threat to the tribe, and like there always is, and it's always, most of the time it's humans. Sometimes it's trolls, sometimes it's Win-a-Will, whatever. So yeah, this time around it's the humans. I guess they live down in a town below the mountain where the elves currently live. And something's going on down there, betrayal, and one brother or soldier betraying the other, and they're going to basically wipe out what's left of the town. And I don't know what they're going to do after that, actually, but anywho's, it is your pretty standard ElfQuest story. I was hoping it'd be a lot better than it was. There was a one-shot that came out a couple months ago. I think I reviewed it on the show. It is on my blog if you want to read it, my review of it there, but that was a far better story than this issue. I am going to keep buying it, of course. Love ElfQuest. It's a great book. I mean, it's not terrible by any means.
What do you mean you like ElfQuest? I only see 14 volumes of them sitting here on your shelf.
I believe that's 16 volumes.
Oh, sorry, the spines changed color. I didn't know if they were the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
then,
16!
And then, not counting the multiple volumes in the box behind me.
Oh.
Plus a long box full of single issues.
A lot of ElfQuest.
There is.
They've been on this quest a while, these elves.
They have. It's a good book. It's definitely better than at least 50% of the stuff Marvel puts out, and 98% of the stuff DC puts out. So I definitely do recommend it.
Is that 2% Aquaman? And JL Dark?
Alright. I'll give it like
97.
96% maybe. There's like
There's
3
a
or
good
4
Batman.
titles in DC that are not too shabby. So, check it out, ElfQuest number 1 from Dark Horse. Just started. You don't really need to know anything of the backstory. If you do, it helps, but you don't really need to.
Cool.
What'd you read?
I read All New X-Men, number 22 point now, number 1. I don't understand
Yeah, the
why.
numbering scheme's a little messed up.
I understand the concept of putting a number 1 on issues to, get the market share and number 1 sell books.
That's right.
Eventually, it's going to be like TV series, so every 7 issues we're going to have a new number 1. It's going to happen, so I say someone pull the trigger and do it. But the number 1 here is because it's the first part of the Trial of Jean Grey story that's running between this and Guardians, which is cool. I mean, it's a neat crossover between an X-Men book and a Guardians book. It's kind of interesting to see. This being the first part, total setup issue. We just had a little kind of a throwaway story with the Purifiers in the previous issue in 2. But X-23 has now joined the all-new X-Men up at the new Xavier School.
Which I love.
Which I like too. I like having X-23 there. It gives them their Wolverine quotient to fill on the team. So we need a Wolverine. I don't like the costumes. I wish they had kept their 60s costumes. I like the idea of them having team uniforms. It's the same reason why I like the Guardians' old uniforms.
Still a team uniform, it's just different shades.
Different colors and everything.
Yeah.
Why is Beast orange?
Because he had to pick a color.
Yeah, he had to pick a color.
We already had this discussion.
Yeah, I don't care for it. They tie into their thematic colors from their original costumes, like after their blue and yellows. But I wish they'd gone with the blue and yellows. Kitty Pryde is still in her black and yellow costume, so I mean they should have just modeled the costumes after her color scheme. But whatever. We're getting off topic. So the Shi'ar show up and wreak a bit of havoc with the new Xavier school. Before that, though, we got a little bit of interplay between Cyclops and Jean, and I'm not sure if Bendis is deliberately doing this, but Jean is coming off as such a massive bitch in the entire 22 issues that they've done. I still love her to death, but she has a nasty little habit now of just listening into everyone's minds when they don't want them to.
Because she's not really used to it yet. I mean,
but
still,
her excuse is, it's not my fault, I can't control it. Yet she keeps listening over and over again. And she's not taking any responsibility for it, and she's throwing this back at people when she overhears stuff that she shouldn't be hearing. And it's making her come off as kind of a bitch, and it's wearing a little thin. So yeah, Shi'ar does show up and wreaks a little bit of havoc and end up absconding with Jean Grey. And I thought it was going to be the Guardians, the ones that were coming down after Jean, but apparently they're here to assist, and we get a cool little splash page at the end. Apparently now Angela is a member of the Guardians, full-fledged.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to when they relaunch the Guardians. I think that's getting a new #1, isn't it? With Venom and Miss Marvel.
No, it's not a new. It's
I
the
thought
same
they were
type of.
Okay, but throwing a #1 on there just for So yeah, kind of a cool little funny little bit of dialogue from Peter Quill there at the end. It's kind of interesting. And I mean it looks like it's going to be set up to be a cool little story arc. We got the Shi'ar is going to be apparently the main bad guy driving force behind this crossover. And I think there's going to be some cool interplay between a lot of the characters in this. I think X-23 and Rocket could have some cool moments together. I'm hoping that gets happened. And, again, costumes are a bit of my issue. I don't really like Gamera's costume. I don't like Star-Lord's costume. I
don't mind Gamera's.
Gamera's is better
it's
than...
more like an armor type deal. That's all.
But Quill's, though...
Yeah, it's terrible.
I know it harkens back to his original costume.
It doesn't harken back to
it does, with the blue and yellow and the...
His costume has always been blue and yellow. Well, actually, no. The original was just blue and black and gray.
But it had, like, the star pattern and stuff on it, so they're trying to emulate that. But his Abnett and Landing costume was spectacular. The helmet
the Abnett and Landing one was actually far more true to the original.
With that little flak jacket style thing, yeah? I thought that was a fantastic costume.
Yeah.
And... You know, thankfully they're going back to the kind of like that for the movie, and the book gets a closer costume to that soon. Overall, this new story arc, really good. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with this. The trial of Jean Grey could be an interesting take on, like, this young Jean Grey being held responsible for crimes that, you know, dead Jean has committed. So it's going to be interesting, especially with the Shi'ar behind it. Anytime the Shi'ar are involved, I like the X-Men stories. So, I'm enjoying it. So, definitely check out All New X-Men, #22, The Trial of Jean Grey, Part 1. A little bit of an odd thing. Check out Sideburns McQuill on the cover here.
Yeah, I know.
I saw the art for this. I'm like, why does he have sideburns? Why does he look like Banshee all of a sudden? And funny. Art on the inside isn't on that. But we'll take it as leave it.
Yeah.
What else? You have a second book in your hand now, Geoff?
I also read an actual #1, not a fake Marvel #1.
A fake plastic.
This is a real Marvel #1. It's All New Invaders #1 by James Robinson and Steve Pugh. It was decent.
Huh. I was hoping for more than decent.
I'm a huge Invaders fan, and I pretty much enjoy all these characters on their own as well. We got Captain America, of course, Bucky, or the Winter Soldier, whatever you want to call him, Namor, and the original Human Torch, Jim Hammond.
I think it's awesome how it is actually the complete original Invaders.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't have to, like, slot somebody else on the team to fill out the ranks and call them the Invaders. It is the Invaders.
The story is... it's a setup story. It's the first issue.
Okay.
I guess you don't... Well, he sort of mentions it, Jim Hammond, in the issue, about him, being set up as a AI god type thing in previous issues,
Secret.
I believe, Secret Avengers. Doesn't really reference it specifically, but he mentions it.
Okay.
So you don't really need to read the backstory, because it doesn't really have anything to do with it. But
that's alright.
In it, there's some Kree, and they're looking for some sort of dealio mechanism thing that's able to control gods. Now, I'm not sure all gods or specific gods or one god or whatever. Of course, it flashes back to World War II because that's when they used it, or somebody used it, and then
those Nazis.
Somehow the Kree have, I don't know, figured out or heard of this machine or mechanism, and they want it, of course. So that sets it all up. The art, even though I love Steve Pugh, or Pugh, whatever it is, it's kind of hit and miss in this. It goes from being really good to looking like it's really rushed at times, so it kind of gets a little disjointed a little bit, and it kind of sucks that way. But overall, I will buy number 2 because, big fan, but it was decent, not terrible. Again, it was like ElfQuest number 1. It's just a pretty, let's call it standard opening first issue.
Which is weird because the Avengers World was an opening issue, and that was not paint by numbers standard issue.
Yeah,
that was a fantastic story.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it gets better. For first issue, I don't know how many people it will hook. There's nothing really super awesome in it, let's call it. So, decent book. I don't know. I'd give it probably a 3 out of 5.
Cool.
So, not the best, not the worst.
See where the series goes from here.
Yeah. So, this week, as my trade review, I read The Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite. And it was written by Gerard Way, who's the former lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Ah, that's right.
And drawn by Gabriel Ba. And it's probably one of the best miniseries I've read in a long, long time.
The first go-around, is it, with Umbrella Academy?
Yes, it's the first volume.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's an older series, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. So that's why I got confused.
It is, I believe, 6 issues, and I probably read them all within 40 minutes. It's a very quickly paced series, which is great.
Yeah.
I love quickly paced series. Not that I don't like to, linger on things, but it delivers what it needs to deliver, and it doesn't waste time doing it, which is great.
That's good.
So, basically, there's at some point in time, a whole bunch of kids were born at the exact same time, kind of like Children of the Damned, or Village of the Damned thing, right?
That's never a good
Something's
thing.
kind of similar to that. But for whatever reason, a lot of them die out or get killed or abandoned or whatever because they have special powers. And the Monocle, as this one guy is called in here, he rescues 6 of them and raises them to be superheroes. So we don't get to see all of that because it just takes place over a long period of time. But we get to see some stuff. And they fight all manner of threats in here, namely being the biggest threat towards the end of the series, which is one of their own, which is kind of cool. Great characters, great character design, great story, great pacing, everything. I held off on reading this for years and years because I didn't think Gerard Way, as the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, could put out a very decent story.
Yeah,
I was completely wrong. He's put out an amazing book. So I can't read the second volume called Dallas. Hopefully it's just as good. But I definitely give this a 5 out of 5. I totally recommend it for each and every person out there. This book is so awesome. Like, it's just awesome. Definitely pick it up. Umbrella Academy, The Apocalypse Suite.
Nice.
So, we used to have a PPP. What do we have now, Gary?
We have the Pendulum Brow Razor. It almost sounds like a beer, but it's not. It's that moment in the books that you may be reading where your brows go up like, ooh. Or just one brow, if you're Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I think he goes by Dwayne Johnson now. I think he's trying to
still in WWE. He's still The Rock.
He's barely in WWE.
Whatever. Still goes there.
Well, true. So my brow razor from last week was actually tying into the book we just talked about. It was from All New X-Men 21.
Huh.
It was a little splash page right at the beginning of the book. It was a very 60s style page with William Stryker giving a sermon to some, what are they called? I forgot their name.
The Purifiers.
Purifiers. And the whole little segment of the book is done in very 60s art style with the pastel colors, and there's like a named scientist going there to help him with his sick kid. And it was cool because then it transitions back into the normal art style for the rest of the book. And it was so cool. It was like you open the cover and there's like 60s William Stryker style art and everything there, preaching and doing sermons about mutant hate and that, and like, this is cool art. This is neat to see. I do like when they do that in books. So that was my ooh moment of the week.
Cool. So, wasn't too much on the comic news front.
Yeah,
not too much.
Slow week all around.
I guess really the only, I don't even know. It's not even big news. It's just, it was their news.
Okay.
It was new advanced solicits are out for the DC books.
Yep.
And I guess they decided to end a few series.
Yeah. Superman Unchained gone.
After 9 issues.
Yeah. That Snyder Jim Lee book that was been waiting for a while. That's gone.
So now you will have the complete collection. There you go.
I'd rather have a story that was good and would go on.
You didn't think the story was very good?
It's okay. It's not. It's for a Snyder book. It's not as good as I was hoping.
So it's more akin to the Brian. Nope, not that one. Sorry, the that one he did in the first go round. He did Superman. Was it Brian Azzarello or Jeff Loeb?
Hush was with Loeb.
That was Batman.
Yeah. For Tomorrow was with Azzarello.
That's it. For Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's more akin to that.
Yeah, they got like another superpowered guy, and with Superman, who's kind of like a powered up version of Superman. It's not the best storytelling from. I'm hoping they still got issues left to go, so I do hoping it does get better.
Yeah.
But I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
We've also got Nightwing gone. That'll probably get a relaunch pretty quick.
It probably will be getting a relaunch. Yeah.
I mean, canceling a Bat book, few and far between. So.
Yeah, and Nightwing's had a book forever.
Yeah.
Since like early '90s.
Yeah.
So.
Suicide Squad gone.
Yeah, who cares?
They'll fold, and so maybe I'm hoping that means like Captain Boomerang gets folded into the Rogues.
Yeah,
Flash.
probably. And Harley already has her own title.
Yeah, so everyone's getting away. I mean, Deadshot's the other good character out of that, so hopefully he ends up somewhere.
Green Arrow. Perhaps.
Maybe. That'd be alright. Titan with the TV show.
Yeah.
Titans. Gone.
Yeah, Teen Titans.
Can't seem to keep that book running for very long.
No.
Because it was bad.
But they're saying probably reboot for that as well, but they don't know if they're going to go Teen Titans or like Classic Titans or like Adult Titans.
Yeah, they'll probably just call it New Titans.
Or something like that, or All New Titans or Justice Titans or...
Stormwatch, gone.
Oh, that's old.
Thank
that
God.
was canceled a while back.
Thank God. How long until we get the Authority back?
Never.
It'll
never happen.
You don't think? Alright.
Nope.
JLA, we know that's gone, but retitled now as Justice League United. What the hell?
What? Who cares?
It's supposed to be Justice League Canada.
It still actually says that in the solicit if you read it.
No, it's Justice League. It still says it's in Canada, but it's called Justice
League
United.
No, it says in the solicit Justice League Canada.
It's United.
No, I know. That's the title of the solicit. But in the paragraph, if you read the paragraph...
Well, yeah, but the title of the book is
Justice League
United.
Canada, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they're in Canada. It's still...
Yes, I know.
The title of the book is Justice League United.
Because they're also going to space.
They couldn't put Canada on the cover of a comic book, I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, it looks interesting. I mean, Supergirl, Hawkman, Green Arrow, Stargirl, Martian Manhunter, Animal Man, and Adam Strange.
And a Canadian
Plus this new Canadian dude.
Yeah.
Canuck guy. Took Man.
Yeah, it'll be...
Tim Horton.
Whatever it is.
It kind of seems interesting to me. I mean, it keeps Animal Man busy, which is good.
Although...
The mayor knows how to write Animal Man, so...
Batman Eternal, $2.99. Not bad. Weekly.
Weekly, $2.99, yeah. I don't know.
So...
that'll be a coin flip for me. I am interested in Justice League United. I might pick it up. Haven't really made my decision yet. I like a lot of the characters on that team. Supergirl, I guess, comes away from her Red Lantern phase and gets back to being Supergirl.
True.
So, we'll see. And one of my things already that I did not like from the solicits was Secret Origins.
Oh, yeah.
We're already starting up a Secret Origins series for the DC, for the new 52.
Yeah, they're just retelling. Even
But we
stuff
already-
they said they've already done, they'll
Yeah,
just retell again.
What? Are we just filling out the ranks now to try and get the 52 books in a month?
Yes.
Exactly. So what? Booster Gold can't get its own book, yet we can have a
Yes.
Secret Origins? Shut up. Yes. But we can get Secret Origins.
Yes.
Already. Again, despite the fact a year ago we just had that told to us.
Yes.
Alright, awesome.
So,
Retreading.
I have one more piece of comic news.
No, you don't.
I guess, well, I think we mentioned it before. IDW lost the license to Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It finally found its new permanent
Oh.
home with Titan, which...
No idea who they are.
It's okay, I guess.
Is it a money thing?
Probably.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Titan already has an extensive UK distributing platform, or whatever you want to call it. And I believe they are an actual UK publisher. But they also have an extensive US distributing network or whatever, so maybe that factored all into it, I don't know. But I'm sure there was some dollar involved, so...
A lot of books changing hands the last little while.
It's hard to say. They have promised new tales with the 3 current Doctors, not number 9, just 10, 11, 12. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. It depends. The problem I found with the IDW series, the artists weren't as good as the writers. Like,
There are a little iffy books.
if I can't get behind either or, it makes it hard to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right? A little easier if the writing's good, because you can use your imagination to buff up the pencils.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just can't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's it for comic news.
Yeah, slow week. Come on, guys. Pump out some more news.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's dovetail our way into my personal favorite section.
Is it
Toy-
your personal favorite?
It is. It is. Have you seen my office?
Yes.
Toy news! Toy stuffs! Toy things! Thingamabobs! Thingamajigs. What we're going to talk about today. NECA just announced, showed off some teaser images of their Planet of the Apes figures. There's, from the new movie and the classic, Septology? Was there 7? 6?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
5 original and
5 original,
3
okay.
other ones.
That other
Including
one. Don't say the
your
word. No.
favorite.
No. No, Wahlberg. No. Why? Why did you spend an hour and a half hitting on an ape version of Helena Bonham Carter, Mark Wahlberg?
I know. Right?
Why? But no, NECA's making Planet of the Apes figures based on the new movie series. There's a cool Caesar with the face paint and everything.
Yeah.
And they're also doing Cornelius from the original one, and they look kind of cool. I mean, they're probably the top figure makers nowadays in the market. They pretty much have the best of both worlds from the articulation and sculpt standpoint, so they have a good line between them, and they look great. They're still early. They should be coming out this summer, so they still got a little while for design and refining, but they look really great. With Toy Fair, New York Toy Fair rolling up in a few weeks, there's kind of the early show in London right now. Not our London, the bigger London. Not necessarily the better London, but let's just go ahead and say the better London.
It is the better
It's the
London.
better London. We got
all the Londons.
Yeah. We got our first look at the new Doctor Who figures from Capaldi's run. Still the 4-inch scale. They haven't showed up if they are going to go back to the 6-inch or the 5 1/4, whatever the old ones were.
Yeah.
But the new 3 1/4 G.I. Joe style size. So we get our first look at Capaldi's costume for the Doctor. Pretty much very close to our recent one with Matt Smith. Only no bow tie and a different coat. So the toys do tend to kind of follow what the trend of the show is going to be, so kind of a good indication of where we're going with Capaldi's costume. And we're getting a Zygon, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But, yeah, some new little Doctor Who figures, and no photography was allowed at the show, so there haven't been many pictures rolling out.
That's weird.
They're very tight-lipped, and the security is pretty heavy at some of these shows, especially overseas. But some reporters and some of the people there got a look at some of the Ninja Turtles figures from the upcoming new movie. That's pretty much what they said. They don't look good. You wouldn't confuse them with any previous iterations of the characters.
Oh, yeah?
They're darker, literally. They're a darker shade of green. They look scary and mean, which kind of fits with what we've been hearing about some of the character descriptions, like at least how they look. And one guy described them as not wanting to run into them in a dark alley.
Ain't your children's turtles.
No. So, we've got that to look forward to. So that'll be great. With the DC solicits for the first few months of the year out now, we've got a look at some really cool new upcoming DC figures. There's a Red Hood and the Outlaws set of figures coming out. Seems they're doing kind of the same trend carrying on. We had our Suicide Squad figures come out under that banner. We had Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and Captain Boomerang. Now we're getting Red Hood and the Outlaws figures, so they're not part of a line, they're just kind of under the superheroes banner that DC's doing. Yeah. We're getting Red Hood, Roy Harper, and Starfire. They've only showed off a Roy Harper that kind of looks to be an actual figure sculpt. Star Sapphire looks to be still a digital sculpt. I mean, there's no articulation points on it, so it looks more of a statue, so I think it's an actual digital version. And the Red Hood is still in digital grayscale. But they look really good. I don't see myself getting the Harper or the Starfire, but the Red Hood one looks kind of cool.
Naked Starfire? You don't want that?
No, thankfully she's just a bad character now. So, but I mean, the figure looks good. I might end up getting it just because it'll be a cool shelf piece. But the best figures out of the new solicits was a 2-pack, and it's actually a 2-pack from DC. I'm going to get of Power Girl and Huntress.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And they look great. Power Girl is in her redesigned new 52 costume, so she's in her original costume, basically, because that original 52 costume they did was just crap. Yeah. Nobody liked it. It was so stupid. But she's gone back to her original costume, and the figures look great. And I'm psyched for them. They don't have all the stupid articulation that DC's decided to add it, like with the Syndicate figures. Yeah. So they look like like real DC figures this time, and I think I'm gonna pick them up. I'm very happy with them. So yeah, good little bit of toy news. I'm still waiting on trying to find the Captain America and Spider-Man Infinite Legends line. Canada being so far away from the United States, we can't get them any close to where anybody else does. So I'm out and about today. I might stop by my Toys R Us, Targets, and Walmart to see if they have any yet. We'll see. If I do, I'll let you know.
Okay.
A little bit of TV and movie news from the week.
A little bit.
Nothing too much. It's kind of a slow week across the board. I mean, comic news a little bit, and TV stuff. I know you're going to be disappointed, Geoff.
Am I?
NBC cancels the Murder, She Wrote reboot.
I never actually even heard of it.
Yep.
First time hearing about it.
Well, now it's canceled.
Who was going to be the...
I don't think they ever got to casting it or anything. Okay. There was just some scripts being written, and, early development stages. I think it was in the same line of development as like the Sharon Carter series.
I wonder if it would have taken place in Cabot Cove.
I don't even know what that is.
Did you ever watch Murder, She Wrote?
No.
Yet you're reporting on it.
Slow week, Geoff. Slow week.
Murder, She Wrote starred Angela Lansbury.
I know of it.
As a mystery novelist who also helped out the cops wherever she went because bodies followed her at an alarming rate.
Was she ever a suspect? Because
I don't know. There had to be the odd time. She was on the air for like 12 years or something.
One podunk cop at one of these towns is going to be like,
There's bodies wherever you go.
Are you a Black Widow?
Literally, wherever you go.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. So she'd help out these cops, then obviously, inspiration for a novel. Which was funny because every episode she's working on a book, which I think was inspired by one of those murders. So she must have written like 500 books, right?
They're all short stories and they're a compilation, maybe. Maybe that's how it worked.
Maybe. And Cabot Cove, which was like her hometown, and where, let's say, a good 50% at least of the episodes take place, because sometimes she's on tour, right?
Okay.
Like she's in New York, she's
it's
doing
like
a book
Dexter in Miami, like every killer in the world lives there.
Yeah, so in Cabot Cove, literally, because it's a small little town, that population must have been killed like once or twice over, because there's so many killings in Cabot Cove.
Generations just wiped out, families
I know,
gone.
It's weird. And of course, she's involved in all of them.
Yep. Yeah, someone should have turned an eye to that crazy little gray-haired granny.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was strange,
Hmm.
but enjoyable.
We had Superman, Batman pushed back a year, nearly.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah. There's rumors going around of, Ben Affleck might have hurt his leg on a previous film.
Yeah,
and
script rights.
problems. Yeah, or like that movie wouldn't have script problems. Let's cram as many DC characters as we can into the movie.
I know they're making it a JLA movie without being a JLA movie.
It's basically a backdoor pilot for a JLA movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think having it not go up against Avengers is a smart business move.
But it's still going up against a
Marvel movie. Yeah. Odds are, do you think it'd be Ant-Man?
I don't know.
Or do you think it would be Doctor Strange?
People are saying Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So, yeah, I'm disappointed because I want to see what they were going to do with this, and I really want to see the new Bat costume and the new Batmobile. But, they're going to start filming it probably middle of this year.
Yeah.
Because the post-production of that movie is going to be a friggin' just train wreck of a time.
Effects heavy too,
yeah.
Right?
So we're going to have nothing for Comic-Con this year. We won't get anything probably until Comic-Con of 2015.
Maybe.
If anything, maybe a trailer at that time. So we're quite a ways away from seeing anything from this film.
Yeah, that's for darn sure.
Yeah, if that means we get a better film, maybe someone at Warner Brothers or DC, reins them in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll be a good thing for the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
speaking of Marvel films, new animated film. Did you see that?
I did not. I heard of it. I didn't see the trailer yet.
Marvel and Madhouse. I believe Madhouse did that Iron Man cartoon and
Did they do the animes like the
the Wolverine one or whatever? And,
they weren't bad.
Anyways, a bunch of them. Avengers Confidential, Black Widow, and Punisher. Very clunky name.
Yeah,
very clunky.
Punisher's never actually been an Avenger.
Nope. But
everything's got to have the Avengers banner. You make $1.5 billion.
Oh, exactly, and that's all I could. That's why it's got that name, right?
Yeah.
I guess they are in there as like sort of cameo-ish, but still. Obviously, it features Black Widow and Punisher.
Yeah,
so.
Two good characters.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
I think it looks great from what little we saw in the trailer, but I don't know. I'll watch it at some point.
Cool. Are you a Twin Peaks fan? A buddy of mine loves the show, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I got through season 1, part through season 2, and I got nothing.
Oh,
I have no idea what's going on. Like, it's so...
It's a very surreal show.
It's so confusing. There's stuff happening left, right, and center. It's very slow-paced, but there's always something going on, which is so weird. There's a new Blu-ray release coming out, and people are clamoring for any information they can, because there are some hardcore Twin Peaks fans out there. And there's rumors that there's new footage on there, apart from a prequel movie, and if there's going to be any new content or anything that's going to be filmed new and then released.
Yeah.
And David Lynch being, David Lynch, basically said yes, no, maybe so to things when people asked him. He's like very tiptoeing around it. It's going to be a cool set to have. There's going to be some behind the scenes stuff and some unaired footage that was from the original show.
Could be.
So it's going to be a neat set, and I don't imagine it being just slapped together in a box and handed out. So the actual how it's delivered could be a cool little set. But the price tag on it for how much people have wanted this. It's only 2 seasons, and part of the additional content is still going to be like $100 and something bucks. And
wow.
That's my guess. I don't see myself buying it.
No.
I don't spend $75 on a Doctor Who Blu-ray, and I love that show.
I know. Exactly.
Yeah. I spend $40 on my Game of Thrones Blu-rays on Amazon pre-orders, so I'm good with not owning Twin Peaks on Blu-ray. Maybe if I make it through the series on Netflix and I really actually click and understand what the hell's going on, I might pick it up.
From what I recall, it never actually had a definite ending.
Yeah.
It was canceled.
Yeah.
So
I got all the Twin Peaks I need out of that Darkwing Duck episode, so I'm happy.
And another lame reference.
Shut up. Darkwing Duck is the second best cartoon ever from the 90s.
That's
first being
lie.
Gargoyles.
I was gonna say Gargoyles.
Yeah, first being Gargoyles.
Good job.
Gargoyles, Darkwing...
I know, X-Men animated series was better than Darkwing Duck.
Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck and X-Men are tied.
No.
Spider-Man.
There's no tie.
Tailspin.
No.
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're wrong.
DuckTales was better than Darkwing Duck.
Woo!
So was Tiny Toons.
Did we ever do that? Did we ever do our animated favorites episode?
No.
We should.
At some point.
Yeah. We should do that.
So Monday was the season finale of Sleepy Hollow. Did you watch it?
Did not. I've seen 2 episodes, so I gotta get caught up. Because
Oh.
I enjoyed what I watched, but I never...
Well...
I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to download it. I mean...
I thought the show was so-so at the beginning / good. Like
they threw everything in that first couple episodes.
So I was hoping it would get better, and by the end, it sure did.
Yeah?
Now it's really good. And especially now that they have John Noble in it
What?
all the time, like, it's pretty cool.
Man, what doesn't that guy show up on and make better?
I don't know, but he is fantastic on this show.
So good.
So...
Does he play the same character from Fringe? Because that would be amazing.
No. So there's a big twist, which obviously I cannot tell you now, which is kind of cool, but, yeah,
they were dead all along.
The last 2 episodes, holy man, just...
How many episodes was it in season 1?
13.
That's not bad.
No, that's good.
That's a nice chunk of episodes to work your way through over the course of a weekend.
Yeah. So,
that's doable.
Good stuff. I recommend everyone check it out if you haven't already. I'm sure you could stream it all on Netflix or wherever, or I'm sure the box set will be coming out soon.
Yeah. 13 episodes wouldn't be that expensive either.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe $40 or so.
Yeah.
Maybe less. So
something to look
it was
forward
good.
to. Nice.
It was really, really good.
I will check that out.
Yeah. So do you have a rant this week?
Aside from my garbage vehicle, no. I'm not.
All right. Well, that has nothing to do with anything we talk about. I bet it conveys you everywhere.
Yeah. It gets us to and from my books.
That's true.
Yeah, I have no rage this week. The pills are working.
Cool. We did purchase a few toys this week. Will you be reviewing one of them next week?
I might bulk do the lines that I have them in, or do individual ones. So
cool.
I might do tweet reviews on my new DC ones, and I did pick up some of the ones I've been looking forward to.
Cool.
So I'm psyched. So I'm gonna spend the rest of my day cracking open action figures. Woo!
That's a good time.
It's a good time. Put some tunes on. Gonna be fun stuff. I love my action figures.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it for this week.
Indeed, I think
short but sweet.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Just like me.
You're not really that short.
I know I'm not.
Next week we'll have our usual goodness, of course. Our on the spots, our brow razor, I believe it is called. Brow razor. I'm not sure if we'll have any new segments or not. We'll see.
We're starting to get some letters.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, I should say letter.
I think we should do, since we talked about some of it here, we should do the Pendulum's fashion review and critique superhero costumes.
The best, the worst, most gaudy.
That's right.
I like it.
Maybe we'll do that. We'll get it in the pipeline anyways.
Yeah. It's coming down the chute.
That's right.
Into your brains.
That's right. So check us out. We're on Facebook, Pendulum Podcast. We're on our respective blogs. Gary's is the Wagnarok, WordPress.com.
Yes.
I'm the TelltaleMind.com. We're both on Twitter, Telltale Mind, the Wagnarok.
And we'll tweet reviews of figures there.
I'm on Tumblr. Just check out the links below in the YouTube description.
Find us where you want us.
That's right. And we'll be coming to you next week. Live!
We're here for your audio pleasure.
/ pre-recorded.
Yeah, we're not going to be live streaming our shows, although...
I know.
That could be a cool thing. Just get the PlayStation camera on my PS4 and just, like, Twitch stream out a live show.
That'd be kind of neat.
If you love our voices, imagine the faces that go with them.
Not good.
Aww.
No, it's true. We are fairly handsome, so I don't want to make you swoon too much.
We'll wear masks.
That's right.
It'll be
Cyberman masks.
No, if you take the Cyberman mask off, MODOK will be revealed.
I know.
His power will consume us all.
True story.
It is. It contains his evil.
So, that's it.
That's it, folks.